Hi, this is Scott with Etrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing our Blue Ox hitch for our 2024 Wrangler 4xe. So the Jeep Wrangler is a really popular vehicle. One of the things that people really use these for that I've noticed is bike racks and cargo carriers. It gives you a little bit more room. It's really hard to throw your bikes in the back of a Jeep Wrangler. I have one myself and I had to end up getting a hitch on mine just so I could put my bikes on the back. So that's one of the things to keep in mind. And I do pull a small trailer once in a while, so that really helps me with that. With this one, I really like this setup. This is going to be a flat black, kind of a matte black coating. It looks like it's going to hold up really well. It has a nice coating on it. One of the things I like as well is this has a tab built in, so when you get your trailer wiring, you're going to have a tab where you're going to be able to mount your wiring right to the hitch itself and not have to get any other type of brackets that kind of strap on it around it. This hitch is going to have a 5/8 pinhole opening. So that's going to take any of your standard pin and clips. Now this hitch will not come with a pin, so you'll probably want to have to pick one up here at Etrailer, but a lot of your accessories may come with one. One of the nice options for these is going to be a locking pin option. That's going to allow you to lock any of your accessories on while, say, you're out at a bike trail or something like that. You'll be able to lock on your nice bike rack onto the back so nobody can take that off while you're away. This hitch is going to have heavy-duty welded on chain loops. That's going to accept either your clevis style or your S style. So that will get you all set up for your trailer safety chains. As far as measurements go, from the center of the pinhole out to the bumper, we're looking at right at about 1 3/4 inches. And out to the spare tire, now your spare tire may vary. We're looking at right at about 8 inches there. Now with that number, that's the number you're going to be able to figure out if any of your accessories that fold up are going to make any contact with the back of your vehicle. Now from the top inner portion of our tube to the ground, we're looking at 19.5 inches. And with that, you'll be able to decide on if you need any rise in the shank of, say, your bike racks or your cargo carriers. As far as weights go, we're going to have a tongue weight rating of 675 pounds. That's going to be the combination of your bike racks with all of your bikes on there, or your cargo carrier loaded down with all of your gear. Now for a gross trailer weight rating, we're going to be at 4,500 pounds, and that's going to be the weight of your trailer with everything on that. Now both of those numbers will stay the same with weight distribution, but it does have that as an option with this hitch. Keep in mind you do want to take a look at your owner's manual and make sure you don't exceed your towing maximum in there. So best case scenario is to go with the lowest number between your hitch and your owner's manual. If you're thinking about getting this hitch, or you do have this hitch already, feel free to leave any questions or comments in the comments below. Now, if you have any pictures, we'd love to see those as well. As far as installation for this hitch, it's pretty straightforward. It isn't really too bad to do, but if it's something you don't have time to do yourself, you can always take a look at our dealer locator and get something done locally for you. If you feel like doing it yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, I went ahead and used a cam buckle strap to support my exhaust. We're going to need to remove these 2 isolators. Usually what I'll do is just take a little soapy water, a little dish soap and water mix, and just spray down my isolators. And then once you wiggle the exhaust around a little bit, it's going to work that soapy water in. Now I can take a pry bar and just work those off. We did end up getting it off the passenger side isolator, so now we'll just let our exhaust come down a little bit. And the main reason we do that is to give us room for our bolts to come through the back of the frame. And we'll leave the driver's side isolator on, and we're going to have 4 attachment points at the rear of our frame here. And we'll start out by removing these 2 factory 18mm bolts. Just want to get those backed off and out of the way. We will set them off to the side because we will be reusing these. Now we did figure out for ours, we have this plate back here with our weld nuts on it. We are going to need to remove that. We'll take two 10mm screws and remove that. And we're going to pop out these two 7mm screws as well. And I'm just going to have to bend this back out of the way to get that out. Now we'll take our hitch and get it ready to put in place. We have our hardware. We want to run one washer on one side. And get our hitch slid up into place. Get one in there just to hold it in place. Now we've got our bolts through, and one of the easier ways to get the nut up in there, and it is pretty tight spaces, especially when we get over this way with it, is to just put it on the end of a wrench and line it up that way, pull your bolt back, and then you can line it up on there. And get it started that way. Makes things a whole lot easier for you. Once we have all of our hardware in place, we'll go back through and just snug everything down. Now we'll come back through and torque down all of our hardware to the torque specifications listed in our instruction manual. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can pick one up here at Etrailer, or you could take a look at your local auto parts store and rent one there. Now that we have everything torqued down, we'll get our exhaust hanger put back in place. One of the easier ways to do that is to respray the inside of your isolator and also the pin that it slides on, so it'll make it a little bit easier for you to get it put back on there. And one thing to remember is the two small little 7mm screws. Go ahead and get those back in place underneath your bumper. With everything torqued down and our exhaust put back in place, that'll do it for the installation of our Blue Ox hitch on our 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. I'm Scott with Etrailer, and thanks for watching.